Hi, I'm Linda, and this is No Frills ASMR. I have a super random haul and update. I don't know. I was just walking around the house going, oh, I haven't showed them this, and I haven't talked about this. So I just grabbed up some stuff. Okay, so the first thing is, some of you know, I think I talked about it in the Blackjack video, that I was going on a cruise with Royal Caribbean, and I didn't actually have a plan to play blackjack because I had a plan to play the slot machines, but not just for, fun or to win or anything like that, but to get points to get free cruises. Because the way they do it is you get a certain amount of points and you can get an immediate free cruise with these points, but you have to get quite a few. But even if you don't necessarily get all those, you might get offers for future cruises. Well, my sister and I did what I called the consortium method, where we both came knowing we could lose up to, and this sounds crazy, but $700 each. We didn't end up doing that. But if one of us started to lose and the other one was winning, then that one would give the other one money, and we'd kind of try to actually stretch our budget, but keep getting points. So it wasn't about winning, it was about getting points. So it was sort of not your traditional style of gambling, I guess. Anyway, we got off the ship. I ended up breaking even. My sister, I think she's wrong. She claims she lost 300, but I think she lost 200 because right at the end we kind of split off from our consortium because we had some free play and I won on my free play. Anyway, whatever. That's a whole different video. But I ended up with 1,500 points, which is quite a few points. And my sister ended up with 2,000 points, which was her goal because there was a particular cruise that I have booked that we wanted her to book. Okay, all that to say, I started getting offers through, email and stuff. These are called marketing offers. And now I've gotten some mailers, in the mail, which is kind of fun. But it's interesting because I only have 500 less points than my sister. And my offers, this one's actually pretty good. Oh no, okay. It is enjoy a cruise fare for one and a discounted cruise fare for your guest. And then these are New England cruises, so an ocean view or interior. So the first one would be free, and then the second one you get like half off, it seems. And you still have to pay the port fees and taxes and stuff. Well, my sister, who has 500 more points than me, is getting offers for cruise fare for two. And she got ocean view or balcony on some sailings, and basically the same sailings. Now this one in ocean view or interior room for two. So they send you different ones. So these are out of like Galveston, Texas. There are a lot out of Los Angeles. I think Los Angeles cruise port isn't doing so great. I think they've even canceled cruises from there. And there's some that are Alaska. But I don't think I'm going to take them up on any of these right now. But it's fun to have them. And I already have a couple things planned that I'll tell you about later. But anyway, that's just an update on that for anyone who was curious. So now I just have random things that I've gotten recently. And I'll just kind of talk about them as I go. But this is Fuzzy Tail Catnip Toy, pack of 3. When I was at my mom's house, she had something similar to this. And I brought Cooper to Tennessee to hang out with her cat, Gigi. And Gigi had these toys that were like big like this and they crinkled. And I know they had catnip in them. Gigi doesn't seem to be affected by catnip, but Cooper loves it. Well, every single night, there were 2 of these toys. He would go out in the living room, wake up, go out in the living room, grab the toy, bring it back to the bed. go out in the living room. So by morning, both those toys would be there in the bed with him. And I thought that was cute because that's not something he does. So my mom, before we left and took Cooper home, she bought some that she thought were the same, but it turns out these ones are like really fuzzy, but they still are like crinkly, and you can feel like a little catnip satchel in there. In fact, when I first opened the box, it was like catnip smell. Cooper's been using this and kind of gnawing on it, which is why it looks a little beat up. But I don't think he likes it as much as the ones my mom has. I feel like this stuff sometimes gets caught in his mouth a little bit and he's kind of spitting it. But it's still super cute. And we left one with Gigi, and there's one I haven't. I'm kind of keeping it sealed to keep the catnip fresh, maybe. So I'm leaving that one in there. But I did notice the other night, this was on the floor near Cooper's scratch pad thing. He has like little boxes he scratches. And in the morning, he always sleeps on the sofa. Like a lot of times I'll show you pictures or do shorts where he's sitting on the sofa next to me. That's his spot, man. He like loves it. He's got his Southwest blanket he sits on. But I noticed now a couple of times in the morning when I come down, this is sitting next to him on the couch. So I guess he is getting up in the night and grabbing it. But anyway, so there's that. It's funny because it doesn't look like much, but the cats seem to like them. But Cooper's a guy who, if he has like a little mouse and you throw it, if he's in the mood, he'll fetch it and bring it back to you. And you throw it again, so he's like, he likes toys like that. Okay, next. Oh, it's heavy. Next very random thing is this Dry Decks heavyweight spackle. I think I told you guys my son, when he was in middle school, probably so many years ago, in his bedroom, without me knowing it, he used the wrong kind of nails, basically, to make holes in the wall to hang license plates. He collected license plates. And he used like these giant, way too long nails. And then, I don't know, when he pulled them out or something, it like took out half the drywall. And he had like 50 license plates. So there were these big gaping holes in the wall. And other things. So we got some spackling putty. So you can put it, and this is nice because it goes on pink, and once it's dry, it turns white. So you know right when it's dry, you can start sanding it down and making it smooth. Yeah, so that's that. It's called DAP, Dry Decks Heavyweight Spackling. Goes on pink, dry time indicator, dries white, patch and prime in one step. Yeah, this is good stuff. The last container I had, I think somebody didn't close it all the way and it kind of dried up. So I had to buy some new stuff. So there's that. Let's see. Oh, this is kind of an update. So I showed you guys in a haul recently. Or maybe it was a video about something else, but that I had gotten this white, it's not chocolate, they call it like white cream covered Reese's peanut butter egg, because another ASMR, Chemosin ASMR Tina, had said she really liked those, although she then reported to me that they changed the recipe and she didn't think it was as good. But it was good. But I had mentioned that what I really love are the dark chocolate peanut butter cups. And these ones from Trader Joe's, there's only one. Whoops, there's only one left in here. They're like mini peanut butter cups. These are my absolute favorite. I buy these. They have like a bigger container, but for some reason I just like these. Maybe because it keeps me from eating too many. This probably comes with like 10 inside. Well, let's see. 3 pieces, 3 per serving. So yeah, like 9 in here. And it's like $1.99 or something, but I think they're yummy, delicious. Dark chocolate peanut butter cups, creamy peanut butter covered in dark chocolate. So that's that. What are the ingredients? I've never bothered to look. Semi-sweet chocolate. Okay. Peanut butter, which is peanuts, sugar, palm kernel oil, lactose, salt, palm oil, soy lecithin. Well, I don't need them too often anyway. Okay. And then I got some of these Nature's Bakery fig bars. Raspberry. This is actually not for me. Greg sometimes likes these because he has a problem where he gets really low blood sugar sometimes. It'll just if he doesn't have something to eat for too long, he'll get low blood sugar. And it's not like he gets hangry or anything like that. He just gets where he feels really, really bad, like sick. It's not great. So we have learned, and we always carry some kind of a snack bar around, especially if we're out, because I can go a long time between eating, and so can my sister. And sometimes when we're all together, her and I will be like, oh, you're fine. I'm better now. I'm nicer to him now. But so we try to always, it's like having a little child with you have to have little snacks. So I try to always carry Gatorade and with sugar in a Gatorade and something like this for him to kind of have. He has had his glucose. He's fine. He just, I don't know, he gets weird. He has other issues. Someday we'll talk about it. Okay. And also on that same note are these Smarties, which I know in England Smarties are like a chocolate M&M kind of candy, but in the US they are a little just sugar pellet. Really truly that they have different colors, but I think they all taste the same. They're just sugar. And I think I've said this before, but because he gets this low blood sugar, he carries these around, and if you eat, I think it's 2 packs. That's the same as they sell these things for people who have diabetes, and they're like glucose tablets, and they're kind of expensive. This is a lot cheaper, and it's the same. I'm not a doctor or anything, but it's kind of the same thing. It's just a shot of sugar, basically, if your blood sugar really drops too much and you feel unsteady or shaky or anything. That's enough to bring it back up within 10 minutes or so. So we always have some of these around. One time, Greg had told me that you have 2, and that will do that. Bring your blood sugar up. I was like, okay. So I, just in case I ever feel that way, because sometimes you can get a little headachy or hangry or whatever. So I had some in my backpack when my sister and I and a group of other women who we knew, we were in Croatia together. And we had been out all day walking around this old city. And then our ride was in the back of a Jeep, and we had to climb into the back. So you're it's really bouncy and you're looking at each other. So you know how you can get a little car sick or whatever. But also we all had low blood sugar. And so I pull out my Smarties and I said, if you have 2, it raises your blood sugar up. And I'd misunderstood, and I thought Greg meant 2 individual candies. So I go through and I hand everybody 2 candies. And we all ate it. And I'm sure we all felt better because it was probably psychological. But then later I told Greg that. I go, I gave everybody 2, so we all felt good. And he goes, it's 2 packs. I was like, whoops. Whoops. But anyway, they are delicious. I love a Smartie. When we were kids, we used to take them and you'd crush them up because it was the 80s, and I shouldn't say this, but never mind. Forget that. Okay. All right, Greg picked up some of this Oral-B Glide. This is terrible. It's great, it's wonderful, and it's terrible all at the same time. This is dental floss, and it works better than any dental floss. If you have tight teeth like mine are put in there, my teeth are nice and straight. I got really lucky because when I was a kid, I had big gappy teeth. I had the big gap in the front, and gaps around. But as I grew older, I never needed braces. They just slid into place, But they're pretty tight together. So if I try to use just like waxed dental floss, it like gets stuck and it feels horrible. It's like, ugh. This stuff glides right in and out. But I read a report that I think was probably pretty true, that this has, I forget what it's called, but like it's bad for you. It's like what's in the lining of cans, maybe. Is it the PD? It's got something that's bad for you. That's what makes it slippery. And you shouldn't really swallow it all the time. So I've been using the ones that you like. I've told you guys about the picks they put through like the top of your teeth. I like those a lot. But then sometimes I use this. But I always make sure I don't swallow. And then I immediately rinse my mouth out really good. And then brush my teeth and rinse. So like I'm not swallowing any of it if I can help it. That's my advice. But yeah, Greg uses this every night. Even though it has stuff that I think's bad. You can look it up. I don't want to. It could be just fake news. I don't know. But that's what I read. But I just make sure I rinse it out really good. But it's really good dental floss if you have tight. Because, like, I cannot use the other kind. Okay. What else is in here? Oh, hold on. Okay. I got this, which I haven't even looked at yet. Oh, no, I don't want to use these scissors. These are my good scissors. I don't want to get glue on there. Hold on. I'll just do it this way. All right. This is for my Nespresso machine that I still love. If you guys want me to make any videos showing you how I make like a latte, I'm happy to do it. It's simple. But anyway, it's a liquid and it's for descaling your Nespresso machine. So you put this in the water, the tank. You fill the tank all the way up, I think, if I remember correctly. And you run it. There's a descaling mode, but whatever. You run it through and then fill the tank back up and run it through. I think you do it 3 times, maybe. And that just, I realized I did it right before Thanksgiving last. And that was what? November. Well, really, December, January, February, March. Yeah, it probably needs doing. Gently eliminates the lime scale that builds up in your machine over time to ensure that your tasting experience is as perfect as the first day. Nice. Do they tell you how to use it though? Where's it? It must say it on this. Do you do it 3 times? Is that right? Descaling. Danger. Precautions. How to is what we want. That's funny. Machine descaling instructions. Okay. Have I lost my mind? I don't see it. This is the English. Huh. Never use vinegar. Never fill your water tank during the descaling process. Do not swallow. Okay. It uses lactic acid. That's what it is. Well, that's funny. I don't see where it actually... It's like this page is gone. Anyway, I think you run it through 3 times. What ifs? Okay. And then I ordered this yesterday and it already showed up. So, also the other ASMR girl, Tina, she mentioned she does like little book reviews that are really good. I love her book reviews. And she talked about this Do Not Disturb. She reads a lot of these Frida McFadden books. I've never read one. But I wanted something like, one of the things she mentioned is that the chapters are super short. And I feel like right now I need a short chapter book. I don't know, guys. They look like they're like 4 pages. I guess I can handle that. Yeah, they're pretty short. And something that'll like draw you right in. So, and she really liked this book, so I thought I'll try it and see. Now, my sister, who's a librarian, one time I brought up, I said, do you know Frida McFadden? And she went, yeah. And that was as far as that conversation went because something happened. I was like, that's weird. It seems like she doesn't like Frida McFadden. So I have no idea if she's ever read her, didn't like her, or if there's some reason. Maybe it's because she puts out so much content. I don't know. But whatever, I thought I'll try it and see what I think. It's like a, I think it's kind of a mystery. Not mystery, what do you call it? Like, always waiting, always watching. This is the person who wrote that one they just made a movie with Sydney Sweeney, The Handmaid or something. But I asked Tina, I said, which are your favorites? And she said, Do Not Disturb and Inmate. So I just went and was like, give me Do Not Disturb. I won't read that one. So we'll see. We'll see how it is. I will try to get it because I just haven't been reading for years. And I keep buying books I'm really interested in. But like committing the time has been a problem, I think. So I thought I could just read like little chapters and see how it goes. Like I'm excited to do that. I've always loved really short chapter books. So anyway, if you've read this, let me know what you think. No spoilers though. I think I'm going to start it right after I exercise. Oh, the other thing I've been doing, I've started like doing YouTube dance tutorials for exercise when I can't go walking because it's too cold or whatever. And I started doing this dance for Aperture, which is Harry Styles' song. And it seemed so like not difficult physically while I was doing it. And then 10 minutes after I finished practicing, it was like I had sore muscles that I haven't had in a while. And it's so wild. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in pretty good shape. I lift weights. I do balance exercises. I walk. But dancing's a whole different ballgame, you guys. And it's fun. It's fun. And next time my son comes over, I want to try to get him to learn the Taylor Swift Opalite. There is a dance. If you watch the video, it's stinking cute video. And I know a lot of people don't like that album, but I don't care. I think it's fun. But there's a part where her and the guy, they're like, and he's from that show with Steve Carell. It was so good. The Patient. Oh my God, he's so good. He was so creepy. But they like dance together and then they like do a little shimmy and they jump into it looks pretty simple. And I'm hoping I can convince one of my sons to do it with me, but I don't know if he will or not. He'll probably be like, no way. He said he wants to learn dance, but he kind of wants to learn, like he's been going to country bars and wants to line dance, which is fine, but this would be more fun. Anyway, so yeah, if any of you are looking for like a little exercise, just do it. I believe me when I tell you I have 2 left feet. I can't dance, but I'm what's the word I'm looking for? I'm amazed. I was going to say it's unbelievable to me that I feel like, I am the worst dancer, and I will watch the video and they're doing things like so to the teacher, it's like so easy. She's like, this is an easy move, and me, I'm like, oh my god, like my brain is going nuts trying to figure it out. But then after I sleep on it the next morning, it's like somehow I kind of have a better feel for it, and by night 3 usually I kind of got it, and then maybe day 4 I'm just trying to make it look better. So it is fun. I find it enjoyable. It makes me want to go. I wish around me there was like a very beginners, like just learn TikTok dances. I don't know if that's what they are because I don't have TikTok, but you know what I mean, like little short dances just so for fun. I don't know. I wish there was something like that. Anyway, all right. I think that's it. Oh, no, there is one more thing. I know another video I was mentioning that Greg wanted a bathing suit that's almost more like shorts, you know. And someone, I'm sorry, I forgot your name, but somebody in the comments mentioned to go to Dick's Sporting Goods. So we did that, and we found these. And they're by a brand called Chubbies, which is kind of okay. It says, what does it say on this tag? Hold on. Skies out, thighs out. Now, Greg got an extra large. He is not an extra large. These, that's funny. I swear he tried on a medium. He's probably a large. I don't know. It's like he wants, I'm just afraid it's going to be too big, honestly, but he tried it on, so. Anyway, okay. So the button says the weekend has arrived. So they're kind of nice because what he wanted was something that looks like shorts that he could wear as belt and is nice, like he has 1950s sort of style shirts, you know, like not style. They're from the 1950s. I actually did a video once with some of his shirts, I think. But and then they're like I think they're a 5-inch, oh no, 6-inch inseam, because some of the I swear, some of the men's bathing suits, especially for like older guys, they are so long. It looks like you're wearing culottes or something. It's ridiculous. So I was like, we got to get you a shorter inseam. Especially because a lot of dudes are wearing them kind of below their bellies, so they're down lower to begin with. They got to start cutting men's bathing suits better. Stop making them so wide. Like these aren't wide. These fit his thighs pretty good. But what's cool about this, you have a pocket. Hold on. I could have sworn there was a... Oh, it's over here. You have a pocket, and then there's a zipper, like a good deep zipper pocket. See how big it is? So you could put, you know, your wallet and zip it when you travel, you know? And then there's also like back pockets. And this one has a zip. So if you keep a wallet there, keys or whatever, and you can zip it down, which I like. But then it's also has a drawstring, and you can push this drawstring out through these holes in the front so it looks more like a bathing suit. I'm not sure why you do that, but this can tighten up. See, so he probably tightened this up. I just don't think he really needs an extra large, but whatever. I guess that's what he wanted. But then it has a zip, and it doesn't have the mesh, you know, like bathing suits have. Greg hates that mesh. He always cuts it out. And then sometimes, not to get in, he'd probably kill me if but he wears like a Speedo under it because he likes, you know, that. He likes a little tighter on there. So I don't know what he's going to do, but this is 6-inch inseam everywhere. These weren't cheap though, I'll tell you. I was like, oh my gosh, it's more than like my bathing suit. But whatever, it's fine. He only has one bathing suit, and plus he can wear these like walking shorts, you know, so that'll be nice. Anyway, so there's that. Yeah, lots of good pockets in here, man. Let's see what we got. We've got a big back pocket. We've got the zipped pocket, and this is double layered, and it's like reinforced down here, I guess. I don't know what that is. Yeah. And then it's got some of this so that you can have it a little tighter if you actually swim, I guess. But it also has the button, everything, so you can wear a belt with it if you're not wanting it to be it's really all about trying to pack light, because we just, anymore, all the airlines, you can't check a bag unless you pay money. And so we've been trying to really cut down on what we pack and be able to just do our carry-on and a backpack. And I think we've got it. Like because the last time I packed all in my carry-on, but I still had too much stuff. I was like, I don't need all this stuff. I end up wearing like my cutoff shorts and my bathing suit half the time. And then a couple of like just dresses, or not even dresses. I don't know, like a skirt for night when we're on vacation. So anyway, these will probably be good. Yeah, so they're by Chubbies. Okay. All right, guys, I think that's it. The other thing I did, I took my screens. A couple of my screens had holes in them, and they've been there for years, honestly. They're from like the boys pushing on the screen when they were kids instead of the door. And so the screen was kind of loose at the bottom and bugs get in. And then I had another screen that just had a hole in it. I honestly don't know how that got there. But I took those and had them re-screened at the hardware store, which is something, could I have done it myself? Yeah, I think I may even have some screen rolled up in my basement somewhere. But the local hardware store does it. I'm like, I'm just gonna take it there. So got that done, which is good. Not that I can put them in yet. It's too cold still. But pretty soon. All right, guys. That's it. Just random stuff. This is so furry looking. I do like the sound of it, though. It was funny because when we were at my mom's and she had those ones, I kept picking them up and playing with them myself. I'm like,